Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Evolvepreneur Secret Show for entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Brian Silverthorne, and it's my mission to help entrepreneurs make a difference and to also navigate the often challenging worlds of startup, growth, or relaunch. And we're going to dig deep today with our guest and get you some great concepts and strategies to help you with your business. And our special guest today is Yuliana Francie. And Yuliana has corporate experience as a CPA. She earned some big money as an eBay entrepreneur and then later discovered her life purpose as a healer, a psychic medium, and a spiritual mentor. So, welcome to the show. And I neglected to say that Yuliana is also an author. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian.
So that's quite a journey. Why don't we start first by letting the folks know where you're hanging out today? Where are you located?
I live in Sydney, Australia. I live
Oh,
with my two daughters. They 16 and 19.
okay. So you're across the world from me. It's interesting. I'm in California, and the show is hosted out of Australia, so you're
Okay.
closer to where it's hosted. Um, so as I said, you had quite a journey there. So what was it that finally helped you settle into where you are now?
Yeah, the journey started almost 8 years now when I first started going through the spiritual awakening, and I started to see life in very different perspective. I left my relationship. Um, we were together for over 17, 18 years, married for 15. I left church. I was very Catholic. Um, I started to take on the personal development journey, and just from there, I probably learning how to unlearn what I knew before. That's probably why I call the book Unbecoming You, because throughout our becoming period, from when we childhood to who we are, who we associate ourselves with, our label, whether I'm an accountant or I'm an entrepreneur, etc., we also adopted all this belief that is not true about ourselves. And that's what I call unbecoming. We start to see and peeling out the layers of who we are not. And that's what inspired me through the journey, because I start to see life is no longer simply just a pattern of coincidence. There is a series of things that happen and makes you start to realize, why am I who I am, doing certain thing with certain patterns, certain habit, and how do I recreate myself in a very different way so that I can actualize my potential.
Interesting. So that's the basis for your book as well, that you kind of got to figure out who you aren't before you can figure out who you are, or did I get that wrong?
That's correct. So the book Unbecoming You is 3-step process. It's unlearned, uncovered, and release, unleash. Right. So we uncover who we are not. We unlearn a lot of our, if you like, bad conditioning, and we unleash our true potential.
So who is your basic audience that you're going after?
Yeah. The book is more geared towards women, so they understand through the mindset, they, like I said, the limiting belief, why they not able to, for example, have the relationship that they want. Why is it so hard to love ourselves? How can we stop judging ourselves? There's a lot of things that we believe the lie as the true, right? Because every day we get exposed to the media, or we listen to um, celebrities, and we start following certain trends, especially with the woman, the way we dress, the way we look at our body, how we should shape our daily lifestyle.
So it's a book that's primarily written for a female audience, for women.
That's correct.
Okay. And if people are interested in that, how do they find out where they can get your book? Is it on Amazon, or do you have a website? How does that work?
Yeah, so the book is available from Amazon and over 30 retailer. But if you go to my website, www.yulianafrancie.com/book, you will also get special bonus that comes with it, and you can order through Amazon from the link that is on website. But the website has more information how you can have an extra bonuses.
So did you write the book primarily as an information vessel, or to create a legacy, or you also use it as a lead generator for your business?
The book is written in reflections, so it's a self-help book. It's a daily reflections. So each chapter is designed as a daily chapter. They short, they write it, then they have a series of questions to reflect how do you apply the information or the story there into your own life. This is, if you like, also a lead generator. It's also able to have a taste of what it is about the program. So obviously this is the first entry because it's a bit like your online program, but it is in a book format.
Okay. All right, great. So the book did reach bestseller status, is that correct?
Yeah, thanks to Jack Canfield, I managed to present a manuscript to Jack Canfield, the co-author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul, and he loved the book. He gave really good reviews. So when I released it at Amazon, it's hit best-selling
Oh,
status.
great. So have you been able to maintain that position, and how important that is that for you?
No, I was not able to maintain. It's self-help spiritual is very, very competitive category.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much is the importance about having the bestseller status, but what I found is I do get clients coming from their book and the strategy of having the book, having the bonuses. So they come back after they read the book, they will, come back as a lead magnet. Basically, it's they opt in, and then they able to get in contact, and yeah, I would have a percentage of that turns into a paying clients as the high-end clients.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, that's excellent that it's also bringing you some good business. So, do you have any thoughts for any budding authors out there about what it's? I'm assuming you're self-published. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So, any thoughts on your journey to deciding to write a book, getting it published, and the whole process?
The whole process. Look, I would not underestimate how much you have to do and how much you have to grow to write a book. But it is, in saying that, it is not as hard as your mind make it out to be. Just don't listen to the mind. They lie a lot more than it should be. They just make the fear bigger and more scarier. I think a lot of things, what I learned, the biggest probably lesson for me for writing the book is overcome yourself, your limiting belief. Many times we ask ourselves, who am I? Writing this book, would anyone will hear, would anyone will listen? But there will be someone. And I think for me, at the end, I wrote the book and I said, if I could just change one person, that will be enough. And that's what it is. And interestingly, when you write the book, you're actually the first reader. So the book is more about you as well, more than anyone else. So there's a lot of growth in that. But as I want to share this really quick story, which I hope inspire any budding author. I had a good friend that attended my book release. He had a copy of my book. And then one day he had a friend that came from Melbourne interstate. I'm not sure if you no Melbourne, but
Mhm.
she came and stayed with him over the weekend for her birthday celebration in Sydney. Now, he had the book layout in a coffee table. She thought that it was her birthday present. So she took it back to Melbourne without saying a word. 2 months later, she contacted him and say, "Thank you for the book. It changed my life." And he goes, "What book? You gave me this book and it's completely changed my life. I could not be more grateful about the book." And he said, "Show me the photo of the book because I didn't remember giving you any book." And it was that book. And he said, "That is my book." She even signed it on the front of the cover. What the story is, what I took is the book will find the reader that really needs you, and it will change their life. And like I said, if it can change one life, that's done the purpose.
Yeah, that's a that's a great story, and there are times I still do it every now and then where I just walk through a bookstore and look and a title or something would kind of speak to me, like you were saying, the book will
Yeah.
find you. So that's great. And I think I'm going to use that story as a wrap for this particular episode. That's great information. So that's a wrap on another great guest episode of the Evolvepreneur Secret Show for entrepreneurs. And just before you leave, if you enjoyed it, please give us a 5-star review and maybe share it with a few friends. And if you want to make sure you can catch up on some past episodes or not miss any of those coming in the future, go to evolvepreneursecrets.show. And if you're an entrepreneur or an author and you got a great idea in your head, let's get it out into the world today.